Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dark Shadows Reviews on Gemmy Master Animatronics, and today what I have to review for you is the old Spirit Halloween Pumpkin Nester made by YJ. It was sold the first year in 2013 and then brought back in store in 2014, then was sold online for the last 2 years of it being in stock, which was 2015 and 2016. There are two different generations. 2013, which is the one that's here, has green LEDs in the eyes, while the 2014 and up have yellow, I believe. He does happen to have a few others in the series, such as Lil Nestor, then followed along with the Swinging Character series was Pumpkin Nestor, Lil Skelly Bones, Lil Nestor, Swamp Hag. So those were the originals. The Swinging Scarecrow. I do eventually want to find the Swinging Scarecrow, as he is my favorite one in the whole line. Pumpkin Nester is definitely the staple of it, considering he's the first one that had ever come out. And he's pretty lightweight for his size. He doesn't weigh too much, and a lot of them did have problems with snapping jaws because YJ loves to do the reversed method where the jaw moves upwards instead of going down, and for whatever reason they do that, it strains the hell out of the mechanism and snaps the mouth levers. But luckily mine has not had that issue yet, and it is all original. I've never had to open it or do anything. Surprisingly, the latex is perfect. It feels like it just came out of the box. And to my knowledge, the head was never really a problem with rotting. It was always the hands and the feet, and mine all around is great. Condition-wise, he's awesome. He's a little bit squeaky, so I'm probably going to have to lubricate the mechanism a little bit. I'll show you how it works, for those of you guys that don't know. And he retailed for, I believe it was $199.99, with a sale price of $179.99. And I do have the original box. It's not here, it's in storage. And I did actually get the Spirit exclusive sticker with the sale price on it on the box, because back in the day we went on a big hunt trying to find one. We checked probably close to 10 locations in my area, and none of them had him. He sold out so quickly, but he's very rare now. And I think the main reason for that is with a lot of the things I've been reviewing lately, the latex rotted away and people threw him out, or their jaws snapped and they threw him out. His head doesn't really stay on there all too well, and the wood board that he sits on tends to warp. Mine was actually warped right out of the box, and it never gave me a problem yet. It hasn't cracked or anything. That is fairly easy to replace if, for whatever reason one day it ends up breaking on me. So that I'm not too concerned with. But it's the typical YJ setup. Very cheap products. Very cheap latex products. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll go ahead and I'll demo him for you guys. He has, I believe it's 3 phrases.
Come in. Are you looking for Peter Pumpkin Eater? Turns out he had that whole thing backwards, and he was crunchy too. Looks like you could use a smile. Come a little closer and I'll carve one for you. Why do I have this stupid grin on my face? It's because they scooped out all my brains and made pies out of them. Enjoy your dessert. That's a very pretty face you have there. It'll look even prettier decorating my porch with a candle in your mouth. Come in. Are you looking for Peter Pumpkin Eater? Turns out he had that whole thing backwards, and he was crunchy too. Looks like you could use a smile. Come a little closer and I'll carve one for you. Why do I have this stupid grin on my face? It's because they scooped out all my brains and made pies out of them. Enjoy your dessert. That's a very pretty face you have there. It'll look even prettier decorating my porch with a candle in your mouth.
Okay, guys, so that was his demo. I went through the phrases 2 times for you so you can hear them all and see him activate. He has quite short phrases and activations, but he's really cool. He was a very unique piece for the time that he came out, and then obviously they kept reskinning him, and then it ended up just kind of being overused. And then I think it was last year they remade Little Skelly Bones, but as a jump scare prop, and it was quite cool to see him remade, but unfortunate to see what he became instead of keeping the kind of original design. And then they ended up giving us a new Pumpkin Nester, which was the Pumpkin Nester doll. Obviously they reskinned him and gave him and made him as a smaller version, calling it Little Nester. Implementing it was his son, but unfortunately it was not really that popular to me. I mean, like, a lot of people seem to enjoy it at the time, but it's not one of those things that you really see talked about anymore. Pumpkin Nester is still talked about and still brought up to this day, so I kind of feel, in my eyes, that Little Nester was a little bit of a flop. There was one other person on this channel that reviewed Pumpkin Nester back in the day, and it seemed to, you know, I think that his jaw was not working on that model, so I don't think it was fully working, but it seemed to be a big hit with everybody then, and it still is now. I'll go ahead really quick, and I'll show you a close-up of all of his latex, so just give me a second. Okay, so here he is up close. His face is awesome. I really, really do like the sculpt on him. The thing is about him, it's kind of backwards. He's very aggressive looking, but all he makes are jokes. So he has a very aggressive looking appearance, besides the fact that he's on a swing and that he's just wearing a normal suit. I think they could have did a little bit better with the outfit, but his face is great. It's creepy looking. They did a great job with the stem up top. The eyes look great with the little bit of veins and detail that they put into that. And those are just, you know, they're light up eyes. Obviously, the latex on his head is all perfect. And like I said, I don't typically see the heads rot out on these. It's usually the hands and the feet. But on mine, all of it's perfect. And these are just pieces of foam that they ended up gluing the piece of the, like the feet to. So you can see they kind of go up a little bit far on each of them. They go up to about the same spot on each one. This hand is also good. They didn't really put any stuffing in the hand, which is kind of unfortunate because it doesn't really allow it to kind of fluff out good and really resemble what it is. Obviously you know what it is, but it doesn't show all the detail on it because they're kind of just smushed together. The feet, on the other hand, they're pretty good. This one has a tendency in the box to kind of bend this way and start cracking and rotting like that, but he's actually always been together. He just hasn't been in the house. I'm actually surprised that mine's not rotted because it was in a garage for a very long period of time, and because it was in a garage, obviously it wasn't climate controlled, so I'm gonna try to make that a little different now. I'm gonna try to find a spot for him in the house. I obviously, like I showed you earlier, I've had the Little Nester, or the Pumpkin Nester doll hanging up for quite some time, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but in the background there, behind the new Crypt Keeper, I do have the Pumpkin Nester sign, and behind that is the Crypt Keeper sign for the Hall of Fame ISEs. So I have those, and they've always been in the house since I've gotten them. He's a new addition into the house. He, a long time ago, was in my room, but he just took up too much space, and I wasn't able to keep him there, because I also didn't have him hanging. I kind of had him sitting on a snack tray. I don't really have many spots in the house available for him to hang, but luckily I was able to make this video, and I'm hoping to eventually have him up in the house permanently, so we're going to see if I can make that happen somewhere, whether it be down here in the collection room, if I move a couple things, because I'm planning on taking some of the non-Jemmy items out, except for the Heads Up Clown and the Uncle Sam there, and that Santa, because that's like one of my favorite animatronics from when I was a kid. I don't really care for it too much anymore like I used to, but that was my all-time favorite when I was growing up. So I like the newer Jemmy stuff. I don't mind taking down, like the Pennywise and the Freddy. I don't mind putting those guys away, and even Deadhead over there. I don't really care about putting him away. But all these older classics that are in here definitely can't go away. And this room definitely needs an update because there's a lot more going on. He has to go in storage. He usually sits right here, but because I'm making the video on him, obviously I had to swap that over. But yeah, so it's pretty much it for this guy. Like I said, I'm gonna try to make him a permanent piece to the collection room, but we'll see. I think that he definitely deserves a spot. He is definitely an all-time favorite and one of the most unique pieces for the time when he had come out. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this item, and I'll see you all next time.